Hi everyone. I'm back to old school. I've got notes. So this is the third or fourth time now I've tried this video. So welcome to everyone. I'm Spiritdancer, the Ophiuchus Oracle, and we'll be doing an oracle reading at the end of the video. So I'll put the timestamp down on the bottom. So what we're going to talk about is the silver gate, that's the new moon in Taurus, and the golden gate, which is the full moon in Ophiuchus, leading to the summer solstice. So this energy is embodiment, healing, renewal, everything that you could want to manifest and bring into this world, this collective consciousness, this timeline. Is now time to get a shift on, as they say. So the silver gate is Osiris or Orion, and of course in ancient times it was feminine, it was neat and Sophia. So then it got transformed into Imhotep, and Imhotep was, for 3,000 years, he was used as the god of healing and the god of medicine. And apparently, when they used to do rituals to him, it came in a dream. They visualized, they were having visions of the healing that needed for the person. And of course, that reminds us of Edgar Cayce, the sleeping prophet. So there's all these myths and legends and rituals connected to the silver gate and the golden gate. And from one to the other, you're viewing across the galaxy. Of course, the sun travels round the constellations, and we've been known as 12, but there's 13. The missing sign is Ophiuchus. And Ophiuchus, the sun spends more time in Ophiuchus than it does in Scorpio. And you'll hear some astrologers talking about Scorphius. And that's because Ophiuchus kind of stands on Scorpio. So the sun goes through this constellation, and it was the Greeks that removed it because Ophiuchus is to do with transformation and resurrection. And resurrection was very, very highlighted, of course, in the Egyptians. So the Greeks removed that because it was bringing in resurrection of the gods. So that was a long, long time ago, obviously. The Greeks, I think, 4th, 5th century BCE, to do with the Roman times. And all this energy and mental things that we're learning, the Ophiuchus energy is the ascended masters, the kundalini, the learning, the wisdoms. So because it's in standing on Scorpio, we've got Scorpio with those roots in the dream time, those underworld connections. And of course, we've got the underworld connection with Osiris. He took over from Anubis, and Anubis only got the jackal head later on, because he stopped being the lord of the underworld and became the lord of cemeteries. So the jackal, he protected against the jackals coming into the cemeteries. So before that, we see that things grow, things evolved. It was primordial mother, Sophia, that creative energy, that kundalini, that snake energy. And even in the goddess, mother goddess Nut, she's also got all these snake energy connections. So all this is what Ophiuchus represents, the gateways to the divine coming into humanity and humanity coming into the divine and embodying this into the earth. And we're using the energies and how we work, and that is Polymage. Now, what is a Polymage? And I've connected that very strongly with Ophiuchus, and I've been called a Polymage now, so that's good. I love learning. So as for a Polymage, here's how I see it. It's someone who doesn't limit themselves to one magical current or one lens of reality. A Polymage flows across many streams of knowledge, practice, and wisdom. weaving science and spirit, art and ritual, technology and ancient mystery. They surf the whole cosmic river rather than just drinking from one well. A polymage is a cosmic generalist with a magical soul, an intuitive scientist of the unseen, a bridge between worlds, always learning, always creating, always shifting. So that evolution there, that never been stuck in our ways. And you can see the earth and the cosmos is like that. The term polymage is relatively new and a bit niche. It's a modern mashup inspired by poly, meaning many, and mage, magician or practitioner of magic. It's not an ancient word like mage itself, but it's been popping up more in contemporary occult, spiritual and creative circles over the past decade or so to describe someone who blends multiple magical or mystical paths fluidly. It's kind of like how polymath describes someone skilled in many fields of knowledge, but with a magical spiritual twist. So while the concept of a polymage, someone who journeys across many traditions and practices, has probably existed for millennia, the actual word is fresh and evolving, perfectly fitting today's interdisciplinary boundary blurring seekers, which is all of us. And yes, the mind as ultimate explorer with all things mental, that's the heart of the Kabbalah, Hermetic wisdom, and much of the mystical traditions. The adventure is in the questioning, the wondering, and the expanding. The why and how open doorways as much as answers do. As for polymage, here's how I see it. It's someone who doesn't limit themselves to one magical current or one lens of reality. A polymage flows across many streams of knowledge, practice, and wisdom, weaving science and spirit, art and ritual, technology and ancient mystery. They surf the whole cosmic river rather than just drinking from one well. Yeah, I thought I had said that before. A polymage is a cosmic generalist with a magical soul, an intuitive scientist of the unseen, a bridge between worlds, always learning, always creating, always shifting. So, Ophiuchus Polymages. So, what energy is coming up? There's a lot of yin energy, there's a lot of earth energy. So yin, we can connect that to the moon, we can connect that to intuition and to healing and to the feminine. So that's bringing that in to the earth, and we've got the phoenix is in the center of the galaxy and Lilith is in Aquarius. So with Lilith, and these are within the next, we'll give a month. So these energies are all here for the next month, coming in, going out, staying. So the phoenix is in the center of the galaxy and Lilith is in Aquarius, and that's air and yang energy with Lilith. And we have the sun is in Taurus, and we're bringing that into the earth energy. The moon is in Taurus, and there's a yin energy with that. We've got Venus also in Taurus, and that is earth energy and yin again. Venus is in Pisces with earth energy and yang, and the one before that was Mercury is also in Taurus. So we've got the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus. Venus is in Pisces. Mars is in Leo, and that's yang and fire energy with the Mars energy there. We've got Jupiter is in Gemini, Taurus, depending how you're viewing that. And with that, we've got earth and air energy. We've got yin and yang energy with Jupiter. Saturn, we've got Saturn is in Pisces there, and we've got water and yin with that energy. Uranus, we've got Uranus also in Taurus, and that's what earth energy. Neptune is in Pisces, and that's bringing in water energy. And we've got Pluto in Sagittarius with fire energy and yang. So how can we work with this energy? With it coming in, and there's so much that we can embody this cosmic energy and bring it into the earth. Now, the sun, the moon, and Mercury and Venus, these are all connected to you personally. Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn, that's your social energy. Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, that's your transpersonal energy. So which one of these do you want to work with, or all three? So if you wanted to transfer personal energy and you wanted a bit of drive with it, you could work with Pluto, and Pluto, that underworld energy, isn't it? So we're in the underworld, we're in the gateway energy, and that's in Sagittarius with fire. So you could balance that with the moon and Taurus energy. And with the sun, you've got gold, Leo, symbolises purity, vitality, and the self. The moon, silver, Cancer, reflects intuition, emotions, and cycles. Mercury, that Mercury energy there, Quicksilver, and that's connected with Gemini and Virgo, communication, intellect, and fluidity. Venus is copper, and that's connected to Taurus and Libra, or, as I have said before, Dr. Danny reckons it's connected with a Virgo, that's a mother goddess energy, and I think that fits. That's love, beauty, and harmony. Mars is iron, and that's Aries and Scorpio, and that's action, courage, and strength. So if you want action, courage, and strength, the Mars energy at the minute is in Leo, so that's double yang. You've got fire energy there. Lots of, in fact, triple yang probably. And you've got, with that connected to the Aries as well. So you might want to be balancing that out a wee bit. It depends whether you want to balance it, enhance it, or calm it down a bit. And if you want to calm it down, you can work with the crystal energy and create a grid and work with the herbs so that you're bringing in a calmer vibe to the energies that you're doing. Jupiter is tin, that's Sagittarius and Pisces. That's expansion, luck, and wisdom. We all want to bring more of that in. Saturn is lead, Capricorn, and Aquarius. That's discipline, structure, and limitation. So if you want more discipline in your life, you want to be working with connections with Capricorn and Aquarius and the Saturn energy. But of course, there's the darker side of Saturn, that dominant father, patriarchal society thing. So we're trying to balance that out with the feminine, the Venus energy, aren't we? The North Node, so if you're working with your nodes, spiritual path indicator, and then Kirion, that's a wounded healer archetype, and the asteroid. And of course, the metal connected to that's not really a metal because it's spirit, it's ether, so it can connect to whatever it wants as far as I'm concerned. The zodiac ruler with that is Ophiuchus, which is ether, which is the spirit energy. And I connect that with tanzanite as the crystal. And Lilith, the asteroid, as we see, is in Aquarius. So that's a kind of gentler energy that's coming in with Lilith, that air energy, but it's also yang energy. So with that, she's wanting to be disciplined. She's not wanting to be so much the reactionary. She's wanting to be more positive and more forward and more respected, as we should be respecting our shadow self, because we are only human after all. So the sun, as we say, will bring vitality, self, and purity. So when we become to the summer solstice, we want to have what we're bringing forward through the silver gate, the golden gate, and enhancing in this solar energy here. Now Neptune, the mystic veil, that's the element water with a spiritual dreamlike current. The energy with that is intuition, dreams, mysticism, divine love, illusion, creativity. And crystals, if you want to work with that, is amethyst, larimar, moonstone, lapis lazuli, fluorite. And that will help you balance that Neptune energy. Pluto, the alchemist, that's the element fire with that one. Transmutive, though sometimes seen as earth through Hades symbolism. So that's that underworld connection there. The energy with that is death and rebirth, transformation, shadow work, and soul power. So there's a connection between Pluto and Ophiuchus. So with Pluto also being now a mini planet or an asteroid, we can see that can be a twin aspect of Carry-On in a way. Crystals with that can be obsidian, smoky quartz, garnet, jet, and serpentine. There is Taurus New Moon. So it's a seed of sacred worth. So the New Moon in Taurus is stable, yin, fertile earth. And there's Venus in Pisces, bringing divine feminine love, intuitive wealth, and dream manifesting. So you can focus on Venus if you want to bring that in. Jupiter is nearby. It's like Taurus and Gemini at the moment. I've got both on here with a question mark. So Jupiter is bringing expansion of values, abundance, and self-worth. So you definitely want to be bringing that into the earth and focusing on that. Uranus in Taurus is divine disruption, shake-ups, and what you thought security meant. So that's resetting, rethinking, journaling, and having a look at your journaling, seeing how far you've come and what you want to keep an eye on, kind of thing, and what you need to let go. Lilith in Aquarius is sacred rebel feminine, and that's freeing the collective grid. And the Phoenix constellation near the galactic center is transmutation, soul rebirth from star dust. Now, a little channeled message that came through was, your worth is not what you own, but what you embody. This moon plants your sovereignty into the earth's worth and into the earth's womb. Let wealth mean resonance. Let home be a sacred echo. What you choose to stabilize now is not just a structure, it's a frequency. You've been asked to root your soul gifts in the material realm. Your voice, art, service, and healing. So find out what your soul gifts are and what new soul gifts are coming in with these planet alignments. Reevaluate what true wealth is to you: time, land, freedom, nourishment. Allow divine feminine support to flow into your structure. So you could use moonstone, selenite, and silver there. Tune into your own nervous system. What feels safe, calm, and resourced? Dream from your body, not just your mind. So that's a weird one. Dream from your body, not just your mind. putting your whole focus and your intent into it, isn't it? It's like bringing it. So to balance any harsh or retrograde energies, if you made a grid in your centre, have a selenite tower or moonstone for yin connection, moon magic and clarity. In the north, obsidian or smoky quartz, ground and transmute any shadow, Pluto. In the south, green aventurine or emerald, that's heart base abundance, Venus and Jupiter. In the east, aquamarine or kyanite, and that's higher mind and clear channel, and that's Uranus and the air. In the west, Larimer or amethyst, and that's soul waters and the dream link, so that's Neptune, you're bringing that energy in a bit. In a surrounding ring, you can have coins or silver rings and herbs like mint, basil, rose petals. And of course, work out your own correspondences to do with these things. I like manifesting my grids. It's a bit blinding. So you're not just formatting a ritual, you're formatting a new template for thriving. Your wheel is a portal and you're the scribe of the new codes, rooted in ancestral wisdom but updated through your Polymage path. So you're constantly evolving, constantly growing, and you're learning, you're experiencing things through your perception. Your experiences are making you who you are. Especially when you've done your shadow work as well, and you've worked with your ancestral lineage, and you've released things and released conditions and released old narratives. So you're wanting to replace that. And when you're replacing that, of course, you're replacing that with reinventing yourself and finding your sovereignty. So yeah, and with New Moon in Taurus, stable, young, fertile earth. Venus in Pisces, divine feminine love, intuitive wealth. Jupiter in Taurus, expansion of values and prosperity. Uranus in Taurus, divine disruption of outdated foundations. Lilith in Aquarius, sacred rebel, feminine, awakening the collective grid. Phoenix near the galactic centre, soul rebirth and alchemical fire. This is the thing about going old school, isn't it? But well. So, the new moon in Taurus, initiations and seeding intentions tied to soul purpose, body wisdom, earth renewal. Water charged with deep cleansing, purification and ancestral starlight. Planting, literally and symbolically, rituals that are about restoration, clarity, or invoking peace for humanity. So if you're making moon waters or sun waters, like Silver Gate and Golden Gate waters I'll be doing, and I'll be making summer solstice waters. A timing tip: do your new moon water the night of the dark moon or just as the silver is returning. Since it's near the Silver Gate, aligning it at the exact dark or void point can invoke that deep cosmic doorway energy. Think of it as the womb of the cosmos, perfect for sacred seeds. And add moonstone, silver, sage, or blue lotus, maybe even whisper the names of those lost stars or ancient heroes for blessings. Now, the full moon in Ophiuchus, the Golden Gate activation. So that's best for charging healing tools and crystals. This is a prime energy for serpent medicine, DNA work, and solar lunar balance. Empowerment rituals, especially for stepping into sacred roles or healing a healer archetype, making the Golden Gate water to anchor higher frequencies into the grid and the collective. So that's leading into the summer solstice, integration and radiance. So what you're going to do this new moon, How are you going to bring this energy in with all your correspondences, with all your knowledge, with all the energies that you've got? Have you been working on your journal? Have you been working on your shadow side? Are you being triggered? As I've said before, I still get triggered, and I think, thought I'd worked on that. There it goes. Slap in the face again. It's back. But each time you work on something, you recover quicker. You're using your wisdom and your maturity, and you've done your healing work. So, old school. I had lots more notes, but obviously it wouldn't let me record and read them at the same time. So I apologise if it's been repetitive there. So I'll ring my little bell and we'll call in spirit. Here's my sound ball. Draw near my spirit team to give an oracle reading for the Ophiuchus and the collective, for the new moon in Taurus in the Silver Gate. So we'll start with these. Oops. Next some from that one. So this is with plant oracle. So it's good that we start from this. We start because this is Taurus energy, this earth energy, isn't it? Oops. So we'll just do that. Okay. Transfiguration. Right. So that fits. Put them there for now. This is just perfect, and it's a number 22. And see how we've got the snake going up the pole, or in this case a tower. Jergun Sacha. And this is, it's got the fire serpent there as well, and it's got draconian lilies, and we've got Pluto and Mars, and it looks like it's a new moon. So that's saying to you as well, there's a change coming. There's a change. There's a new vibe coming. So this is a good card for us to be starting with. And I have brought out my new decks again. So we'll take a couple of these ones. Oops. And we have the 10 of fire and the 9 of fire. Are we okay on the pictures? Lovely. Yes, and next we'll go for our dragon path cards. Grace. That is a lovely one to be having. Grace, we can see grace is connecting to the Holy Spirit, and that's ether, so the spiritual energy is there. Star being, healing codes. Important information, wounds are healed, recharging. That is perfect. It's not doing very good with the light really on that, is it? And it's perfect because it's got this golden energy coming into coming into the earth, which is perfect for what we want at the moment. And I'll use one of my new cards, okay? So they tell me, perfect. We want 2 on that. And with that, we've got the Magician and the King of Pentacles. And we'll just have one of the Rose Oracle cards. And we'll leave this one as a hidden secret code. So let's see what we make of this for the next fortnight, bringing in this new moon energy until we get to the full moon. So this is for the Silver Gate. So our first one was Transfiguration, and then we had both fire with that. And underneath the 9 of fire, we have the King of Pentacles. Excuse me. And underneath the 10 of fire, we have 16 and Grace. And underneath the Transfiguration, we have Star Being healing codes. Wounds are healed and recharging. And then we have the Magician that gave us this extra one. Now this as well, on this card here, with the light down here, it is saying this is us bringing the Silver Gate energy down to the Mother Earth. And see how he's got these flames and the rose coming up and that. And the light and the rose at his throat. And that is speaking about our transfiguration of finding your sovereignty. And again, it's like the same message always comes out, but it's the same message it's always needed, isn't it? And listening to your intuition, listening to yourself. And he's also, it's like his little beard there, his facial hair, that's also in flames. And it's like, give passion to your beliefs, give passion to your intuition. And many of you out there are feeling as if you're becoming more psychic and becoming more intuitive. And that's saying connect and bring that to the Mother Earth. And the Mother Earth, your soul star energy, will help you, your Earth soul star will help you bring that out. So be your own oracle. Listen to your own messages that are coming. And this, he's got the ivy below him, and ivy that's connected to the mother, because if you've noticed, ivy is very similar to the bramble, both of them being fast-growing vines type, and they can have flower and fruit and leaf all at the same time. And that again comes to that transfiguration energy there. And across from it, we've got the 10 of fire. And this is about building, because in his hand, he's got these tools. This is about being the crafter, being the builder, controlling your fire. You're manifesting your passion, your creative energy. What are you going to build with it? And this is what the Silver Gate energy is saying to us, isn't it? We're bringing down that energy that we need into the earth. And that's what the Silver Gate is. It's coming into the earth realm, into humanity from Taurus and Gemini area, across the galaxy from Ophiuchus. And underneath that, strangely enough, we have Grace. We have this beautiful dragon energy card. Now, this dragon is telling us off. This dragon is. Now, dragon energy can be cheeky, it can be authoritative, because the ancestral wisdom that comes with dragon energy is planetary, it's cosmic, it's very deep energy. So this energy is a bit cheeky, but it is also telling us off, because it's saying, remember, remember, you are divinity embodied on this planet in the here and the now. It's also saying, obviously, that time is non-linear. So everything is connected. If you want to follow a path and open up to something, you can do it. You can bring in this intuition from the timelines and the Akashic records, as it was bringing in with the energy of the last card. And that's saying as well, there's cosmic wisdoms that are coming for those that seek it. If you're not asking for it and you're not seeking it, you're not going to get it. But ask the universe, ask the planet and the energies that are coming in, and work some correspondence, even if it is just, this represents the moon, and I want that intuition and that energy to manifest in this earthly body, to open me up to a transfiguration, to bring forth more divine grace into my life. So using your wisdom, be a polymage. So underneath our Nine of Fire, the King of Pentacles. Now, this is lovely. There's a unicorn here, there's two bears, and these cards are lovely. And you know, that's one of my favourite words, lovely. And underneath we have the Tree of Life connected to the earth. So the King of Pentacles has it all. He knows that wealth is not just monetary. He knows that wealth is in everything he sees, everything he feels, everything he touches. He's seen the beauty in everything. He's seen the wealth in everything. So it's body, mind, and spirit as it's embodied here and now on the earth and the planet. So this is a perfect card for this Taurus energy, with all that yin loving energy that's coming in with the grace, the dragon. That's all that earth and yin energy. It's the mystical being embodied on the planet, and the golden gate, the silver gate, sorry, which is bringing in these star being healing codes. Important information is coming in. Wounds are healed and you're being recharged. And the silver gate, you're releasing, you're renewing, you're making room for the golden gate energy that's coming in. The divine energy is coming in. So you're releasing all those old earthly habits and narratives and all the things that don't work for you, and you're cleaning out your vessel in order to bring in that golden healing energy for the transfiguration. So your wounds are healed. You've got to remind yourself that. If something's still triggering you and something's still hurting, you've got to remind yourself that you're no longer in that time. You've moved on from that. You are in the here and the now. And obviously, if you need to have help with that, ask for help. Ask for help. Find out who can give you help to be healed. Take your power back. Take control and ask for help. There's people out there that can help you. And underneath the transfiguration, as I say, we had the wounds are healed and recharging. And then we had the extra card that popped out, the Magician. Now, there's many cards people say are connected to Ophiuchus like Sagittarius, is supposed to be the Hierophant. The Magician, the number 1, is that connected to Ophiuchus? Is it the Magician? Because the Magician is connected to all the elements. It's a Polymage. Exactly, the Polymage. So this is a confirmation to Ophiuchus, rise up and become a Polymage. No excuses anymore. You've got that knowledge, you've got that wisdom, you've got that experience. Use it. Become your sovereign self. And this card is just also saying that the Golden Gate energy that is coming with the full moon in 2 weeks' time is going to bring so much enlightenment, because that's Kundalini, serpent energy, and serpent is connected to the wisdom. And of course, when you're working with your energy fields and your Kundalini and your Dantians and your storehouse, you're rebalancing everything. So when you're rebalancing and renewing, you've got to shed those old skins. You've got to let that snake energy go. So let's see now what this card is that we took from the Rose Oracle, because Rose, that's connected to the feminine, Venus, Mother Earth. The wastelands, sustainability, slow down, tend to your garden. Now, tending to your garden is planting seeds. Slowing down, it's like slow down, watch your garden grow. Sustainability, what are you sustaining? Are you sustaining bad habits, bad narratives, old wounds? Is that what you're seeding? Are you keep telling yourself you're wounded and you're hurting and you're keeping that narrative going? So slow down, take a breath, tend to your garden, tend to your seeds, plant new seeds. If there's anything that's not resonating with you or you don't like, bin those seeds, those thoughts, have a new one, plant a new seed. And this is where your journaling and your manifestation and your working with the energies will come in. So, conclusion, you are the Polymage. No matter what level you are at, if you're watching these videos, you're doing it for a reason. All the videos on the internet are giving you knowledge, giving you education. They're helping you get out of the old conditioning. And the King of Pentacles is saying, you have all that you need. You can access it and grasp it. Don't have a lack mindset. There's no negative cards here at all. Even the Wastelands card, I don't see that as negative. Sustainability, there's nothing negative about sustainability. Slowing down, there's nothing really negative about slowing down, especially at my age now. And tending to your garden, no, that to me is maturity. And that is what we need on this planet now, is maturity. All this aggression and reaction, no. Act, be mature. Turn that wounded inner child into the mature, divine adolescent. Turn it into an adult, whatever stage that you are as you're growing up. So, I have no idea how many things I've repeated or not said, but that's par for the course when I try to do this. This is what happens when you live rurally and you try and get signals on the internet and do these things. Things can be a little bit wonky at times. So in a couple of weeks' time, or beforehand, I'll be doing the next video, which is connected to the Golden Gate in Ophiuchus Full Moon. So remember, this silver gate is in Orion between Taurus and Gemini. And symbolically and in the myths, this was the hunter, the energy coming through the galaxy and coming into the earth. So it's like the human gate. So all these planet alignments at the moment is bringing all this energy that is surrounded by this divine phoenix energy through the center of the galaxy. And that's leading us until 2 weeks' time, as the moon is going 180 into the Ophiuchus Full Moon in the Golden Gate. And that is a portal, a gateway to divine energy. So you're shining your light. And that is then leading us a fortnight after that into the longest day of the sun, where we honour the sun and whatever energy that brings. That's vitality, that's life force, that's the self, who you are. It's the first symbol that was ever drawn or created, was the sun. I think the second one was a mother goddess. So, namaste everyone. Please do like, share, subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you in a couple of weeks. And let me know how you get on and what you think of being a polymage for the Ophiuchans. And remember, every chart has a Ophiuchus in it. Check out Dr. Danny's website. I'll post the links on the bottom again. And look up Stellarum. Check where the planets are. And have a great weekend and a great new moon. And have fun during the Silver Gate. Bye for now.